Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone around the world. Welcome back to the One Piece video featuring your boy Sakazuki. Coming at you guys with a very, very spicy deck build. Let alone everybody's favorite leader in this format. I know, I'm sorry. We're all tired of seeing him. But I think he's here to stay for a long time, even in OP06, unfortunately. So shameful to all you Sakazuki mains out there. In any case, let's dive into this list here real quick. We are running 8 2K counters. A lot of lists right now generally run 8 to 10 2Ks. Some even opting to run 12, which isn't an issue, but the ones that you do typically use are going to be Tashigi's, Suru, some lists run Virgo, and the other one would be Bart. And they're all very, very good 2Ks to have in this list because they can get searched by brand new, right? And or brought back with Rebecca, which is pretty solid. But those are generally the 2Ks that you find inside of this list. Now, I do have some 1-ofs, as you can see with Garp and Marineford, and I have some 2-ofs with some tech choices for me here, which might vary for you. In my case, we have 2 7-drop Borsalinos. I do think this card is pretty good in this list. Just for me personally, I opt to generally just throw it away when I want to do my leader effect. Kind of serves a purpose when I have to bounce back like a Borsalino or a Sabo, something that I can't like destroy with Rob Lucci. Generally, this is when this card kind of comes in handy. If not, I throw it away for the leader effect. Now, on the side note, we're also running 2 10-drop Kaidos. If you haven't played with this card in this deck, give it a shot. If you are a very good Sakazuki player or you know how strong this card can be when you are ahead, draw 4 cards. It's pretty insane, especially on the mirror matches when your opponent doesn't have the removal ready for this guy. But at the end of the day, it's a 12k body. No other deck in the format can actually deal with this unless you're playing blue with Red Rock or Sakazuki that has all the pieces, right? Let's be fair. On top of that, we are running 2 Kuzan. I opt to run 2. A lot of lists typically have this to 2 to 4. I personally generally just use 2, and I feel like I don't get a lot of value out of this card, especially in the mirror matches versus Sakazuki, versus Purple Luffy, versus Yellow, versus Red. It's kind of a kill on sight card, let's be honest. Jet Pistol, Thunderbolt, Kadetsu. This card pretty much doesn't live after 1 turn, let's be fair. So you kind of pitch it for the leader effect 9 out of 10, or you get it on the board just to draw 1, and then it gets deleted. You know what I mean? I guess it has its uses in that sense, but I'm thinking about cutting it entirely. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now, we only run 6 blockers here outside of the, the staple Rebecca, which would be 10 in total, but you know what I mean. 4 Borsalinos. You cannot cut this down. You cannot go down to 2. This needs to be 4 for Sakazuki. It does so much for the deck, let alone it can't be removed by card effects other than bottom decking. I run 2 Sabos, just for the mirror matches and for yellow decks, considering that this cannot be Kadetsu'd, you cannot Thunderbolt it. He also gives all of your other cards on board once he's played, allows you to have can't be targeted by card effects, which is pretty cool, other than bottom decking. But again, he's very strong in the mirror, because at the end of the day, Sakazuki, if he doesn't have Hound Blazes ready, cannot bottom deck any card that Sabo protects, which is pretty good. Now, speaking of our other tech choices here, we have 1 Garp and then 1 Marineford. We'll get into Marineford in a second. Garp allows you to do so much in this deck. It's kind of crazy, to be fair with you. You pitch 1 card, which generally is like a Tashigi or a Kuzan or maybe a Borsalino or a Kaido if need be, or an Ice Age. You kill something on board. Your opponent cracks back into it, gets rid of Garp maybe. If not, he's a 6k body, so it's a little bit harder for them to actually get rid of this card, unless they go 9k, you know what I mean? But at that point, if you're not feeling this, there's another card in which I would highly advise you to try out if you're having trouble with Enel. And if you aren't having trouble with Enel, there's still another good card I'd like you to try out for it. And that would be Luffy. Luffy is another card in which we are going to be experimenting with in these games here today. And this is strictly for the Enel matchup. When you come across the 7-drop Enel, as a Sakazuki player, you have to get rid of this card twice while it's on board. You can't bottom deck it, you can't kill it with Rob Lucci, you have to do it 2 times before it'll go away. As long as Luffy's on board, you really only have to do it once. So that's an Ice Age and then a Houndblaze. Easy peasy, right? Or that's a Rob Lucci and an Ice Age. Easy peasy. But you cannot do that unless Luffy is on the board, to be fair. And this card is pretty easy to get consistently, be it that when you see it early game, you throw it away with leader effect to draw the card. You bring it back with Rebecca and or Moncherie when you know they're about to get to that 7 Dawn curve. That's just something you got to consider. But it's another way to just get a little safety net versus the 7 drop in now. In any case, our other tech card is going to be Marineford. This is a card I'd like you to try to experiment with if you can. You can fit it into the deck without having to hurt it too much. Marineford allows you to do so much in this deck. It's kind of crazy considering the fact that this minuses 2, 1 on play, and then every single time during your main phase, you can activate this card at -1. So in other words, you get a -1 from your leader every time you swing, and then a -1 from Marineford, which is good in a sense where you need that little bit of oomph just to get that removal with Rob Lucci or Houndblaze. Marineford's got you covered, and it can be searched out with brand new, which is really good. But either way, we're going to dive into some games here. Now, before we dive into today's video, I do want to reach out and talk to you guys about a sponsor here, in which One Piece fans reached out and wanted to know if I wanted to do a little collab. And of course, I couldn't say no, because at the end of the day, we all love One Piece. And if you guys are interested in apparel, bomber jackets, hoodies, sweatpants, tanks, boxers, socks, I don't know, man, cell phone cases, backpacks, figurines, all that sort of thing, this is a very, very nice place to come and check some stuff out. And what really stood out to me, which I'm a sucker for, dude, I love figurines. No matter what, the statues, whatever you want to call it, I have so many of these from different animes. But how cute is this, man? Luffy on a pillow, which is also like a nightlight. It's so fire. You got Zoro on a 4-clover leaf. You got Brook, who's on a music note, asleep, by the way, which it's so cool, man. But other than that, you have yourself your little clothing here with your sweatshirts, your sweatpants, your varsity bomber jackets. Yeah, bomber jackets, that's right. You got your Law, your Uta. You got Frankie, you got Wano Luffy, Zoro from Wano as well. Dude, I am so excited for this. Let alone, next month they're going to have a lot more stuff as well, so stay tuned for that. There's rugs, puzzles, nightlights, all that sort of thing here. Rugs are coming, which I'm very excited for. You got your Devil Fruits and Wanted posters. Let me show you something that's really, really unique, which I haven't really found anywhere else. I've seen Pokemon versions of advent calendars. We all have, let's be honest. But when it comes to One Piece, this is something I'm a sucker for. And for those of you out there that collect figurines and all that sort of thing, to be able to just open one of these individual boxes or doors each and every day to get a figurine, that's really cool. I mean, unfortunately, I can't wait. I kind of just break into it, but you know, each their own. But either way, here's some of the figurines that you can get inside the box, in which we will be doing a box opening here soon, so I can show you guys in real time as well. But I'm super excited for this. For those of you out there who are interested, there's a link down in the description below. But either way, without further ado, let's dive into some games here. See y'all on this. This is a pretty good hand here. I always generally try to opt for a brand new if possible, but most of the time you get it. Sometimes you don't, and I feel like as Sakazuki, my opponent always gets the cards they need. But for me, for whatever reason, where are they at though? You know what I mean? Like, where's my Rob Lucci's? Where's my removal? I'm generally feel like I'm digging for it. So I try to find brand new each and every time in the opening hand. If not, you get a mulligan for it. That's a lot of removal here. So we'll deploy this. I'm debating on taking a Houndblaze here, but it might be better just to go for a Kuzan. If we can stick on board, we get a -4. And we get a draw card. So this could be pretty good into Purple Luffy. But it might not be just because they do have Poly. Sometimes this is a decision that I try to make. And most of the time it doesn't work out. But we'll see. Because if he does not get Magellan's, we should be fine. For 6 here. 1 damage in. This would be really, really bad if he has Law here. We had no way to counter out of that. Okay, good. He had Kid. And that's something that you have to pay attention to when you're playing against any purple deck now. It feels like every deck runs 4-cost law. And it feels bad when it happens, especially when you're playing Sakazuki. Because the removal that you need can sometimes just go right to the trash if you're not ready for it. That -1 there, so he's a 4-cost here. We can Eruption him as well. And then we can Houndblaze him to give Brand New the boost. Nice. Might as well attach one more Dawn here, make him go 7. 1 damage in. I'm not sure why he didn't counter out of that. Most Luffy decks run about 12 to 16 2Ks, at least, you know, depending on who you are. There's the Poly. Drop a 2K here. Not bad. I'm opting to go ahead and play Kuzan now, considering he's got the Poly on board, but we might as well just trash it so we can draw one. It's also a possibility. Let's go 5. -1 here. See what he wants to do. Because it might just be better to drop the Borsalino, considering we're on curve. Drop Kuzan, get another 2K. Ooh, no Kaido here. Double blockers, though. Or maybe he does have Kaido and opted just to run double blockers, just in case. That's a interesting card that I don't see in most Luffy decks. 5-cost Rob Lucci back there. Interesting. Let's see here. If I Hina, I have to hard cast this, but Rob Lucci, not Rob Lucci, sorry. Captain Kid can go down to 4. Let's see what we get out of this. We get a Rob Lucci here. I guess we'll throw away the Hina and maybe Lucci. But I think we kind of need him to pop these units here. Let's go Sabo then. Eruption. Ooh, not bad. Unfortunately, we did not get the Houndblaze here. Hold on. I guess we have one more opportunity. Throw away Nice Age. Nope, no Houndblaze. That sucks. And sometimes it's like this, though. Like, you don't get the removal when you need it. And other times you get nothing but removal and no units, no Luccis to play on it. Just go 8 to face, and then we'll go 8 to face with Borsalino. See what he decides to do here. Okay, so we get 1. Queen left. He needs to give me 3K. Okay, never mind. Just take the damage. We have the Ice Age for this. This is going to be a tough game. I feel like Zoro, with the amount that we don't see him anymore, thankfully, he's very difficult for Sakazuki. Just because the fact that we may see one Rob Lucci all game. And by the time we actually get the Rob Lucci, it could be too late. You know what I mean? Because they drop a bunch of 1 to 2 cost units on board. Can be pumped up to 5 to 7K easily. We only run 8 to 10K 2Ks. So it always comes down to if you see enough Rob Luccis. And if not, you just lose. Because you know they're going to be running the Diable Jam based. They run the Luffys. They're all rush units. It's a very strong matchup, to be fair. But even at my locals here, which consist generally about 40 people on a given Sunday, it's kind of crazy. It's just an average day. We don't see that many Zoros anymore. So maybe roughly like 3. And that's being generous. You know what I mean? Thankfully, they've kind of died down a little bit, but yeah, each their own. Either way, we do have the Houndblaze here to remove the other buggy, so this will be pretty good here. I just assume he's probably going to slap down a bunch of other small bodies after this, and I'll be in a bad situation. Because we only have 1 2K here in hand, and that's not good. We're at 3 life to his 5, and as a Zoro player, they don't necessarily care too much about taking life, right? It's the bodies they need to keep on board to do the damage here. Attack into the buggy. We'll throw down a brand new. We'll grab Hina, because we can't grab anything else, unfortunately. Let's throw the Hina away. The Borsalino, unfortunate. I was hoping to get possibly another brand new or another Houndblaze, but doesn't happen for me every time. Another buggy on board. Thankfully, he did not get an event. Gotta take the 8K. Like, we had no choice there. We didn't have any counters at all. We have Borsalino and Sabo during that turn. Throw away Hina, get a Rebecca. Two Rebeccas, or sorry, two Hinas in trash. It's looking kind of grim right now, to be fair. Like I said, it feels like this is always a tough matchup. Because you want to play down the Rob Lucci, but at the same time, they have one unit on board. You know what I mean? As soon as Lucci hits the board, they'll just swarm you again. Let's go 6. Probably take it. Yeah, cool. 5. Go counter, maybe? I don't see why you would take 2 damage here. There we go. Throw down Borsalino. We need some sort of blocker here. Rebecca into this matchup is not ideal. She allows you to get your cards back from the trash, but he just drops a Robin and kills Rebecca. I guarantee it, like almost every time. There's no other reason to play Robin on board other than killing Rebecca in this matchup, unless you're throwing her away for a, a counter. Let's get rid of Luffy here. You draw into an Ice Age, which is kind of dead in this match. Let's get a blocker on board. And it's probably smart to take back another Rob Lucci here, to be fair. Even though he doesn't have any bodies on board, I kind of want to be ready for it. So we'll play nothing. Actually, perhaps we'll just put down a Rob Lucci here, just to have one on board. It might be a good idea. Yeah, let's just throw it down here for now. Let's go 5 first. In case, jet pistol. Alright, now we'll put Lucci down. Pass turn. This Zora player is pretty good, I give it to you. Yep, you see? Look at that. There goes Nico Robin. There's not much you can do about it. You can't counter it. You can't counter it. There's a jet pistol. You can tell he's played against Sakazuki a whole lot. Goes 8K. We don't have the counter for it. Alright. What do we do here? He's actually doing, he's preserving his bodies. He's doing really, really well. It's -1 on this Nico Robin. Let's go 5. I might just drop Kaido here. I know it sounds silly, but we need the 2Ks. And as you can see, our hand's not that great right now into this matchup, other than Rob Lucci here. Okay, let's go and throw some cards away here. Let's get rid of the Borsalino. Another Ice Age, not what I want to see. Any other match? Sure. Alright, so we got some counter now. We have about 8K, I think. Math is kind of hard, hold up. Somewhere around there. Goes to Magra. Here comes a Luffy. Got 6K there. Luffy probably hits me unblockable, my guess. There's a 7. We got to counter out of this. Now imagine, though, if I didn't drop the 10 cost Kaido here, we probably just lost the game. Like 100%. If I opted to play Borsalino instead, I guess we could have played Borsalino and Sabo in that regard, but I think we would have lost. Because we would have wanted to do that in the following turn, and we wouldn't have the units to clap back, because they'd be dead. We'd have to block in that turn. Go ahead and Ice Age, get rid of that. go 3, add Nico Robin. I kind of want to just take Kaido and run into the Luffy here, but it's probably not the best idea. Because we can just Lucci and kill both here. We also can get Rebecca on board. You know what? Let's go ahead and attack for 5. We'll minus on Luffy. Drop this. We'll kill both. And then we'll go 12k with Kaido. It's already too late. We've already dropped the Rob Lucci. I totally forgot about the jet pistols. Thankfully he didn't get one here. Let's get Rebecca on board. We'll grab a 2k. Quite a bit of them in here actually. I think the 2k is better in this situation, considering we have one blocker here. As long as he doesn't have Nico Robin, we should be good. Okay, never mind. That's a thing. That was close. I think if he would have donned up the Zoro there to take the life, at least go to 7, he might have had game there. Like realistically, I see what he's doing. He wants to keep the Don up just in case for like radical beams or guard points or whatever. Get rid of that. Let's go ahead and deploy this. We'll take the Hound Blaze here. I think we'll boost the brand new with Hound Blaze and give him the buff. We won't remove anything and just go into brand new entirely. I mean, I guess we can remove the... No, we can't. We can't remove the Zoro unless I decide to attack first. Let's go ahead and give it to myself. Really? I can't believe we just did that. Did I click it too fast, or... I think I might have clicked it too quick and it removed my card by accident. Yeah, at least he's a good sport, right? To be fair, because I'm pretty sure I double clicked that. Like, oh well, it happens. To be what it be. What do you want me to do about it? Can't bring it back, and I don't think we needed to end game here, but I don't think it was a bug. That was entirely my fault. Let's go ahead and give that to myself. Did we go 9 here though? 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I think going 9 here is probably the play. Because that way we can go 9k with Lucci and then 12k with Kaido. Give that a Don as well, just in case this is a jet pistol. So Rad Beam and the Sanji. 9. Nice. And then 12k. Well played, buddy. Let's go dive into some more, guys. As much as I like control decks, I really miss the Whitebeard and Zoro format. I'd much rather deal with Edward Newgate at every single one of my locals, all the sim games, instead of having to deal with Sakazuki. I think we all would. But for those Sakazuki players out there, it sure is fun to remove all of your opponent's cards. Feel bad for him, but it be what it be. Let's go ahead and drop down this Marineford just to have this ready for next turn, in hopes that he's probably gonna play a Nami here, if I had to guess, because I don't think he plays any other low-cost units in this deck unless he's playing with Izo instead. Okay, we're passing turn. Awesome, we'll take it. Alright, so we get a 6k in here and a brand new search, which is pretty good. Let's go for maybe the Ice Age in this scenario. Maybe. Just in case. Let's go 6 at face. Alright, gives me a 2k. Not bad. We gotta take it, unfortunately. If he wanted to Drop a Zoro there. That would have been pretty good for him too. Assuming he runs Zoro in this list. Bro, we are not getting any counters today. Let's give this Marine forward. We'll go ahead and Hound Blaze it. Give the boost to brand new. Go 6. And then go 8 with leader. One of these will have to hit. Unless he wants to give me a guard point or 3 2Ks. I'm assuming, yeah, okay, fair. I'm cool with that, that's fine. We'll get rid of the Hina draw card. Goes up to 6. There's a Nami Searcher. Looking for Luffy, maybe? Okay, he gets a Sanji. That is the new Sanji from Structure Deck 10. Not sure why he decided to attack brand new instead of going for my face, but I'll take it. We'll take those. It's fine. Okay, Luffy Rush. Take this hit as well. No counter, boys. Got one counter here. It's crazy. Alright. This is like one of the major downsides to this deck that I've noticed. It feels like it's almost like a high roll. You know what I mean? Like kind of like Bello Betty, except for in a sense where you can just remove everything on board, right? If you get all your removal pieces, you generally don't have a lot of counter or vice versa. It's just the way I feel as I'm playing it. But when I'm playing against this deck, I feel like my opponent has everything. You know what I mean? Not brand new, sorry. Borsellino should be able to stay on board and actually close out this game here. Because he doesn't really run jet pistols or any way to remove me. So it should be pretty good for us. He's got a 7k. Probably gonna have to take this one as well. We can guard this one. I think we have to by doing a 2k and a Rebecca. And now we can actually get some damage in. At least 1 damage here. We're at 9 Dawn. I might be able to throw away the Garp here, because I don't think he's going to get any value out of my hand at all today. Or at least during this matchup. Alright. Let's go Ice Age. Go ahead and Hound Blaze him. I think we'll give this to leader. Bottom deck. And we go 9. Both these attacks here. And then we play down Rebecca. I think we gotta attack first. Alright, so we'll go 9k on both these hits, and then we'll play down Rebecca. That is you got 4k counter. Okay. Do the same. Then Rebecca can potentially get me back a Borsellino from trash. Or a Hina here. It might be good for to get a 2k as well. Just because you know he's just going to crack back. Unless he has Edward Newgate. Or Whitebeard, sorry. That way he goes up to 8k. I can counter out with my counter here. Okay. 7. I think it's not worth countering this, right? I think we just block with her. Nami is definitely not swinging here. I mean, I guess she might be. I don't know. Alright, okay, so comes the Ace. Now, as much as I want to, I cannot go 18k into Whitebeard next turn. It's just... Boys, we've been around. We know how this works. We gotta take it a little bit slow here. As much as I want to, it's probably just not the best idea, you know? He has 2 Dawn up. 9 cards in hand. How about we remove Ace here instead? I think that'll probably be the better play. how do we do this here? Potentially, we could drop the Kaido, right? Draw a card. And then either get Houndblaze, or we can drop the Great Eruption and get Houndblaze. Nope. Great Eruption into a Great Eruption. Love to see it. Alright, hold up. Please? Nope. Okay, -2. We can potentially get Hina from trash. Play Hina down for free. And then pop both with Rob Lucci here. I believe. Okay. We'll bounce back that, and maybe another Houndblaze. Okay, those are gone. We go 6 and 8 here. Assuming he doesn't have any Namis left. Okay, there's a Sanji. Probably a guard point here. Oh, Rad Beam. Alright. Okay, so no matter what he does here, he cannot win game. He drops a Luffy. Luffy can do damage. That's fine. He takes the last life here. Then we block Whitebeard. That's okay. And then hopefully, if that is his play, we can actually crack back and maybe beat him in the following turn. Unless he opts for this turn to drop Edward Newgate. If that's the case, then this could be an issue because we won't be able to attack him at all next turn unless I stack a lot of Dawn on my units here. And with the amount of cards he has in hand, he should be able to counter out of that. Oh, he's going for this. That's fine. I'd rather have my blocker here. You can have Hina too. I'm just banking on getting the removal to get rid of the Luffy. Right? That's the game plan here. I do know that some decks also run Nico Robin, so I'm just like, you know what? But I haven't seen it yet, so it's just a possibility he didn't draw it. Okay, we should be fine. Get another Sabo. I think playing the 10 cost Kaido here would probably get me killed. Let's go Ice Age on Luffy. Let's play down the Sabo. Get rid of this. Okay, so we get the Rob Lucci here as well. We have 9 Dawn left. Let's play down the Sabo here. Everybody the buff. Discard these two, drop the Rob Lucci. And yep, that's fine. Kill this. The reason why we didn't drop the Lucci first in this scenario was just in case we end up getting like a Borsalino or something. There's a Nami. I'm guessing he's looking for another Luffy. No, we got Zoro. That's a problem. Okay. We do have 2 blockers here, so we should be okay. 5 at face. Take that hit. We'll use this. That's fine. It was worth a shot. Block out. Now I think he's going to lose in the following turn. He's got 5 cards left in hand. He's got 6 Dawn active. Unless we're looking at Red Hawk, Guard Point, Rad Beam, or Luffy. So this game's over. Sweet. Go 6. We'll block with Sabo. And just in case, we can go 8, or sorry, we can go 9, 9. Let's go 9 here in case he gets Rad Beam, goes up to 10k. So he has to Rad Beam if he has it. Guard Point will not save him here. Okay, Bad Manners, Otama, that's game. Either way, it was pretty good. We will be diving into at least one more. See if I can find either an Enel or a Katakuri. See what we can do. So I don't know about you guys, but for me particularly, Enel is my hardest matchup. Katakuri is very difficult as well for Sakazuki. But I feel like Enel is a little bit more difficult for me personally. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if I don't see this Luffy here, it's very hard for me to deal with this, considering the 7-drop in L. But I've learned after multiple different testing realms or testing sessions, deck builds, that the Luffy kind of becomes a staple in my build now, especially considering that at our locals up here, there are a lot of NL players, right? And there are a lot of yellow players. So yellow typically runs a 7-cost NL. And as Sakazuki, we have access to this Luffy. You might as well use it. It helps you out so much in that matchup, it's not even funny. Let's go ahead and possibly discard. Okay, hold up. Luffy in trash. We have to get him back at some point. We're going to need him here. Let's go 5K. See what he wants to do. Trigger, please? No? Okay, fair. Let's play down Rebecca. I think this is probably the optimal play. And then hold Luffy in our hand for now. Discard a Hina here. Okay, so we get another Hound Blaze. That's pretty good. Play Rebecca, grab the Luffy. Then we'll play the Luffy down here. I know it sounds silly, but he will feel like he's inclined to kill this Luffy as well. So it will also act as a pseudo blocker here. We do have the counter, so I might be doing this a little bit too early, but I want it to be on board before the Enel hits down. That way I'm not playing this on the Enel while it's already on the board. Darn, man, he thunderbolted me. Guess we'll have no choice for the following turn. We'll have to play it down. Alright, let's go 5. -1 here. We will bot deck the Holly with Houndblaze. Give the boost to Brand New. Play down Manshiri, and then activate the effect to get Luffy back. That's how we're going to play this out. Go 6 here. I think we have enough. We do. No, we don't. Let's go 7. Sweet. Okay, so we'll throw this down, activate the effect, get Luffy back. Excuse me, thank you. Get this back here. We probably should have went 8K with Brand New, but it'd be what it'd be. Ooh, this is a tough one. We'll hold them on for now. And sometimes you do get these turns where you actually have really good cards in hand that you don't want to discard for effects. Got 7 left. We know Enel's coming down here. It's got to be coming down. It's definitely telegraphed. We'll let this go. So if I block out with Rebecca, he comes down and kills it with Enel, so. No block this. Nice. I think we have just enough to remove this card. I think. If we go 5, we -1, we have the Greater Eruption here. We need one more Greater Eruption or Ice Age off my draw here. 6. Can I get an Ice Age off this? This is gonna be a tough one. 5 down left. If I play Tashigi down, it goes on to a 4. Then we don't have enough Dawn to Greater Eruption and Houndblaze. So we are banking on an Ice Age or a Greater Eruption off this pool. Nice. Let's go, boys. And we got a Brand New off that, so that's also really good. Another Brand New. Cool. So I think even if we would have done the Greater Eruption first, we would have drew into another Greater Eruption either way. So we had it. It was guaranteed, essentially. We didn't know that, but, you know, we had it. So. A little life back here. Ooh. Come on, man. This sometimes right here, this is it. Like, if you get an L down to this low and then end up dropping a Yamato next, it's just so difficult to get rid of when you don't have any more removal. Especially with my hand right now. So, speaking of Yamato. Okay. Let's drop Kaido here. We have 2 life left. I think we're okay. Let's go 5 to face. -1 there. I assume he would take this hit. Yep, cool. Discard a Rob Lucci. Nice. So we can potentially drop Rebecca, bring back the Hina to -4 on Yamato, and then hit an Ice Age in hopes we kill it with Rob Lucci. I think we have enough Dawn for that. Okay, there's an Ohm. Nice. So he doesn't have Holly here. Instead we have to deal with Sanji. 3 Rebeccas, that's crazy. Alright, hold on, what's in here? Okay, so we have a Hina left, that's good. Play Hina. We'll go for Yams here. And then let's run the Kaido into Yamato first in hopes that he'll block with Sanji. Some players, they typically like, if you do a minus cost on a card, they'll generally just get rid of it. You know what I mean? Before you even have the actual removal. So it's almost kind of like a bait in the situation. If he decides to block with Sanji, we'll definitely take that. But it would be nice if he just decides to let Yamato go. If he does that, we'll just kill the Sanji as well with Houndblaze and Ice Age. If need be. We'll probably kill the Ohm instead. Okay, so he chose the block. We'll do an Ice Age here. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, we got enough. If we Ice Age this, then we can Houndblaze it. We can smack into the leader. But there's not really a reason to attack here, because he'll just take the hit and do the leader effect. So we'll bot deck it and then just pass turn. Okay, I think we're solid here though. 1 card left. Yeah, we should be okay. Got 2 blockers in hand, 1 on board, 2 2Ks. Okay, all right, it's going face. We'll block one of these with Rebecca. I think we'll block the Ohm one because Ohm will have 11k. So I guess we'll just let Ohm and or Nell go here. So we get a Kuzan, that sucks. There's 11, we'll block out. I think we need the Hina just in case to go for game here. Oh, sweet. They had a beige. Either way. Yeah, we had this either way. It's pretty good, though. Well played. Alright, let's go ahead and dive back into the deck list here. See y'all in a split second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and that'll be the end of today's video here with Sakazuki. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give this deck list a shot. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. Let me know what you're running. And I get it. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm sure I made a couple of mistakes during my games here today. But nobody's perfect. Be it that if you guys are having trouble with the Nell, I'd highly advise you guys to tech in this 3-cost Luffy. That way you can use this in your games and hopefully be able to deal with the Nell a little bit easier. And at the end of the day, it can always be revived with Manchiri, Rebecca. It's pretty solid. But either way, we will take a look at the deck list here and show you guys what cards I'm opting to take out. I'm debating on removing Kuzan here entirely and doing something else here when it comes to that. I may even just drop the Kuzan and go up my counters, which I feel like the counters is probably something that's been saving me or would probably save me. You know what I mean? And I've also debated on teching in Kobe and trying out Kobe for a little while. But it's more so I think I'm going to go with the counters just so you have more of a survivability. Because in the early game, when you guys are focusing on getting your removal pieces, you know, like your Lucci, your Houndblaze, your Ice Ages, or your Eruptions, you don't have a lot of 2Ks to protect yourself. So playing against an aggro deck can be a very difficult thing, and or playing against a purple Luffy deck can be very problematic when you know that they're just going to remove your Rebecca, or they're going to remove any of your pieces on board, like your Lucci, as well with Holly. or they drop double Magellan on you, and then you're just set back so much further than you need to be. So having these 2Ks will probably benefit you a lot more than you might realize. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and get some more deck testing done. But for now, this is how the deck is looking. And I'm liking it so far. I'm having a lot of fun with Sakazuki. I didn't think I would say that. I am sorry. But I'm having a lot of fun with this leader. And hopefully you guys are too. Either way, this has been Pawseplays. Remember, smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe for your content when it comes to all things One Piece and all things on the channel. I will catch you guys in the very next video. Stay tuned though. If you're interested in live games coming from locals and stuff, I do have one that's currently rendering. I'm very excited to showcase that. It'll be a match between Queen and Zoro, so that's a little bit fun for me. Other than that, this week it looks like, unfortunately, it looks like Rebecca is winning the current poll. So we will be playing a bunch of Rebecca matches at locals, during live games, and after locals for those that stick around and want to also get playtesting in or play against me, all that sort of thing. But stay tuned for that. It's gonna be pretty exciting. We ended up getting a, what's that thing called? Like an advent calendar for One Piece. So it comes with like a bunch of different characters and stuff and everything. I will be doing shorts of that here soon, like one per day and all that sort of thing. But either way, I will catch you guys in the very next video. Stay safe out there.